tell about maybe they've asked a few times tonight about our care of Ted and going up and visiting him and the wait that we, take the food away and then we come back and we wait till he sits up. The reason that we were doing that is in the beginning when Ted first came home, his doctor requested, not only his doctor, he has a whole league and team of doctors down at the University of Minnesota. I don't say U of M because I'm a Michigan State fan, not a University of Michigan fan. And so I say University of Minnesota not to confuse anyone about the two schools, just to clarify that. Anyway, his team had requested that he not be fed laying down because he may aspirate whatever he's eating. So immediately I started blending his food. We have a blender from when we first started mixing formulas, and Lynn shared that formula. It's been updated since then to a more nutritional formula, bear formula, for raising cubs. But we've used that formula not only for Lucky, but for Holly when she came, because she was very undernourished, as you know. And then Tasha was not undernourished, but we did try to give her a bottle. Anyway, to get to the point here, we started blending his foods up so he could just lap it. Well, going back to last Friday and then Saturday, and really Saturday evening and Sunday is when he started lapping his food, and his tongue was still a little swollen, so he was lapping, but, it took time. One of the goals of his doctor, and she didn't share that today with the folks that heard her talk this morning, was for Ted to stand up, and so that they could make sure that he was standing up and he could walk. And he's proven that a few times, but she had not seen that. So one of our former volunteers that were here some eons ago, but is a good friend to Ted, and comes here and is very much a supporter of the Bears, had taken a video, and I had not seen it except on my Facebook page. And as soon as I seen it, I took and I shared it with our director, but he couldn't open it. So after I could see it, so I took it, and actually I didn't take it. I stayed to work with Ted, and CAROLYN actually took it for Dr. Kristen to look at. And as soon as she saw it, she allowed us then to go ahead and scoop his food as long as it had his meds in it and hand feed him. So that's what I do in the morning, is when you see me scooping the food and him taking it from me, that's his meds. And then when he actually sits up, then he can have the treat. And today it was, he kind of rejected the banana stuff, so we gave him applesauce with pears, and that was blended. So that's been his continual routine. We do it twice a day, and we have been massaging his ears, which, as you know, well, maybe you don't know, but that is one of Tasha and Holly's favorite things for me. It's a bonding that we have together, is for me to massage around their ears and even inside their ears. They love it. And Ted seemed to really like it too. So while I'm feeding him, CAROLYN sometimes massages around his ears, and it actually is a relaxing thing, and I think he's learned to enjoy that. So that's how or what we've been doing to give him his meds, and we'll continue doing it for a couple of days here. He's been resting most of the day, except when he went out to do a scat, and so I'm very grateful that he is doing that, not inside his den, because I can't get in to clean it, but Spencer has to, so yeah, it really is. So Spencer, did you want to share anything?
A quick update. We're now at $45,958, so we're just shy of 46, which means we're climbing even closer to that new goal of $50,000.
It's just amazing, you guys.
I was told earlier that our highest ever was $52,000, 2?
I'm not sure. Kathy, if you know that number, you can share it with Scott. I don't really know that number.
But I think we got $1. I don't mean to keep pushing. But if tonight, after all this good news from Ted and having Lynn and everybody here and Judy and just the whole group that we've had today, if we could get $1 more than our best year ever, that would just be the coup d'etat of this whole day and this whole experience, this whole week. But you notice that when we do go feed Ted, there's no schedule. The schedule is Ted. And if we see him up, we take that opportunity to run up there and give him his meds. And if he'll take his meds and sit up, we'll give him the rest of the food. And he's learning. He's learning that he's got to sit up before he gets the good stuff. So.
And it was interesting to see how he got the tuna, and then every once in a while I would give him a taste of the sweet too, and so he got all his tuna with his meds in it. And then when he finally did get the treat, which was strawberries blended with applesauce, and I had put an egg and a banana in it. And for whatever reason, he decided he didn't like it. So he kept looking at me like, is there more? Is there something different? I really don't want this. Well, eventually, as I went inside to get him some applesauce, he did eventually lap most of the strawberry mix up. So I've been, I guess I didn't do it today. Carolyn did the strawberries today. So we take turns fixing his breakfast. So we get equal time in his personal kitchen, which is our employee bathroom. So
not anymore.
It's kind of funny because Missy, you met her earlier today if you were watching, and Missy's our store manager here, and she went in the bathroom and she said, I never saw that before. When did the bathroom turn into Ted's kitchen? I said, over the weekend you weren't here, so we just took it over. Because I'll tell you what, that food shed is cold, and just staying out there just long enough to get the strawberry, is hard. So we decided to make his food more room temperature when we could. So. That's why we've been doing it in here, and also it keeps us a little bit warmer when we have to stay out there for different periods of time waiting for him to sit up. So, excuse me. Carolyn, do you have anything else?
Just watching Sharon with Ted has been amazing. I've worked with Sharon for a few years now, but never closer than this year. And this last couple of weeks has been really special for both of us, but it's been fun for me to watch her interactions with Ted and the bond that those two have. You don't realize it till you see it in situations like this, that there really is something between the two. I know I said this before, but I'm going to tell it again. When Ted came back from the University of Minnesota, he was in the cage, and he was still had a lot of anesthesia in him, and he wasn't up for walking at that point. And we finally got the cage inside of the pen and took the door off, so when he was ready to walk, he could. Well, Lynn got down, and Ted lifted his head for Lynn. Sharon got down, put a hand on his paw, and he took his other paw and put that on top of Sharon's hand, so her hand was pancaked between her paws. And I lost it. I just had tears coming out of my eyes. I'm trying to take pictures. And it was one of those special moments that I will never forget. And that has become my favorite story of the Bear Center.
It's mine, too. It was very rewarding to me to have such a bond and trust with that bear. And I see it in Holly. I see it in Lucky when he is pouting because I've given him a timeout. It's amazing to see him stomp off and sit by himself and look over his shoulder to see if I'm still watching. You have to be here to know it. I know a few of the volunteers that we have definitely seen that. And little Tasha is just a hoot when I get her to play with the water, and she's biting at it and slapping at it. And these are things that I can do, and the bears respond to me because I guess it's all about trust. I respect these bears so much, and you have no idea what a privilege it is for me to be able to share my experiences with you, with our interns we are just always blessed with such wonderful interns, and they grasp quickly, and the stories that they start telling are just super. So it's always just the best experience to work with them. Yep.
I'm really glad you brought up interns when you did, because about a couple hours ago we had one of our 2021 interns message us. She's been watching this whole time, and so I'm going to read her message. Her name was Cypriana. Those of you that were paying attention on the camps and stuff, you know her because she's done broadcasts and programs. But it was Cypriana. She's down in Texas at the moment, but she says she's been watching all day, and it's made me miss the Bear Center so much. I thought I'd pop in and say hi. So grateful for the experiences I had at the Bear Center and all the stuff I learned that when I was there and use at her new job at the zoo she's at. I get to work with a variety of animals as well as shadow each keeper in their department, and it's been really exciting, and she's having a lot of fun. They even asked her to stay on for an additional session, so she'll be in Texas until she starts at the Wild Cat Sanctuary, which is back in Minnesota, in March.
Excellent.
And she's really excited not only to start that, but then to come back up and visit the bears, because she'll be back in Minnesota. So
that's cool.
She's off doing great things, and she'll be back in Minnesota, but it's good to see that support. And then in addition, first, thank you, Cypriana. Really appreciate hearing from you, and that you're loving life and doing great things, and we're real excited to see you, and I'm sure you will too next year. And they don't forget people readily. But then also, we made it to $46,000.
All right,
so
thank you guys.
Good work, everybody. We still got a little bit to go to get to that new goal, but we're cruising right along. So I just wanted to give a quick update, and you reminded me by talking about interns, so I appreciate that. Thanks to Cypriana for checking in. We always love to hear from our past interns, so that's really great to hear. It makes us all feel really good, especially when we know you're doing good things out there. So just wanted to pop in with that update.
We've had so many wonderful interns here, and a couple of them, Merle and Haley, are working at the same place, and forgive me, I can't remember the name that you told me where you're working, but they found out that they had both interned here at the Bear Center, different years, of course, but it was awesome to hear that. So congratulations to all, and it's just been a great experience working with them. We still have a couple hours here. I'll save the cherry pit story to the next hour, but I'll just tell you about the marshmallow one. And the marshmallow one was a story about Honey Bear. Honey Bear passed away in 2016, and she was always a force here to be reckoned with. Well, very, very early on, when we could go into the enclosure back in 2007, one of Honey's favorite things was a marshmallow. And I had to go past her in order to go beyond the falls, and for whatever reason it was, I don't remember, but she was sitting in the way, and so I offered her a marshmallow. And she put it in her mouth, and she looked at me, and Honey always was an eye contact person, and if she liked you, you could look at her, and if you didn't like her, you better change your attitude quickly. So I was watching her, and she was looking at me, and she took the marshmallow, rolled it around in her mouth, and then she spit it back in my hand. Okay, similar to the cherry pit, okay. But she did, and she spit it in my hand, and I just put it back in my pocket. Well, a few days, maybe a week after that, the marshmallow was still in my pocket, and I forgot. I forgot that I had given it to Honey Bear. I was hungry. So I thought, I had put my hand in my pocket. Oh, yeah, I remember I put marshmallows in my pocket. So I popped it into my mouth, and then I recalled that I had also given it to Honey Bear, and she said, spit it out in my hand. So, but I had already eaten it at that point. I didn't die. And so it's proof actually that bear saliva is very good for your health, I have found. So that's my,
That's good for
yeah, bears and dogs. So that's my marshmallow story, and I promise I will tell the cherry pit story next. So
another one of my favorite things.
Okay.
And well, I'm telling Ted stories tonight because it's
Yeah.
kind of a Ted night. But one of my favorite things to do when I'm here is to give Ted a shower. And on the hot days when he's up there, and we take the hose and we'll start playing with him a little bit. And he loves being hit with the shower. And you know, you've seen dogs where they bite at the stream of water. Ted starts doing that, and then he starts rolling around, so he's getting this water massage, and then, you know, he'll move, so you get the left side, then he'll move, so you get the right side.
The belly.
The belly, yep, and, you know, he wants his back done, and he loves it. He absolutely loves it. And one of my favorite pictures, I think Sharon took it, was giving Ted a shower, and in the shower was this beautiful rainbow.
Yeah.
So we've got
Yep.
Ted in the back with his big grin on his face and all this water, and then this rainbow. And it's moments like that that just burn into your memory, and I'm sure all of you have moments like that of one of the bears, whether it's here or out at the WRI, that just has burned into your memory. And
Yeah, and he really enjoys, and this is one thing that I honestly, unless he's desperate for a shower, he will not allow me to give him a shower. He's like, nope, not today. In 1 second after I leave, if Carolyn picks a hose up and says, oh yes, I'll take the shower from you. Oh, but no, you stay over there. And I'm more gentle. I use this mist, and she sprays him, and he's like, oh, yeah, this is cool. Oh, no, not me. I'm gentle. Nope, never mind. I don't want you to do it. So they do have their preferences. They do have their likes and dislikes. But I have to say that what she saw with Ted putting his paw on my hand, that is ingrained in me, too, because that right there just said, hey, I'm home, and thank you. You were here with me to send me, and you're here to greet me. So we'll be back with you at about 45 minutes, folks. Thank you.
tissue. Thanks, guys.